Now, there was a shooting in Nebraska, 9 dead in the mall, 5 more injured, some critically so. And then the 19-year-old Robert Hawkins afterwards turned the gun on himself and killed himself. Of course, I get frustrated by this every single time because you schmuck, if you're going to kill yourself, just kill yourself first. What did you prove by killing the other people? Really, what did they do to you? What did you prove? I know, you're angry at the world. It's not that you're a loser, it's that the world is unjust, and if the world was just, you'd be king of the world, but it didn't work out that way for you, so you're going to take it out on everybody else. And of course, he'd recently lost his job or been fired. He'd recently broken up with his girlfriend. He called her, said, I left a note there, and you'll find out why. Go get the note. And then he went and did what he did. It turns out, by the way, Bush was in Nebraska an hour before the shootings happened, which is kind of interesting. I don't know if the two things are related or not, but he didn't go after Bush. He went after random strangers in the mall. And it's obviously incredibly heinous either way. And so they went and read his note. And the note is the interesting part. He writes about, his woe is me, all the things that went wrong, whatever. But then here is the telling sentence. He writes at the end, now I'll be famous. There you have it. Same reason that we've been talking about for all these killings. Columbine, all the school shootings, 9/11, the jihadis, the hijackers, everybody. Now I'll be famous. I mean, that summarizes all of them. You know what? They want to be significant, and they haven't been able to do it. I mean, look, I don't want to compare Savage to these killers, right? Michael Savage that we talked about earlier in the show. And I'm not saying he's a killer like these guys. I'm just saying that his sense of anger and rage that he wasn't recognized as the savior of the world that he wanted to be, and then he turned on all the people who had rejected him. We talked about that earlier. It's with these kids. It's take that and multiply it by 10, or just multiply it to the point where they actually take action. Oh, it wasn't me, it was them, and if I could just kill enough of them, I'll be famous. I'll be famous. And I think it explains our culture in a nutshell. And it's really sad that it does, and different people act it out in different ways, and these, celebrity girls do it by doing porn tapes to become famous when they weren't celebrities before. And this is, of course, the worst example of it, but that's why these kids are doing it. And look, I don't know what the answer is. Like, as soon as I read that, I thought, all right, don't show the kid's face, and we won't hear. But what's, CNN and news agencies, what are they going to do? Not show the maybe they don't show the kid's face. Maybe that's the way to go. But it's tough. I don't want to tell news agencies not to give people information. But we as a society got to find a way to figure out how to get beyond this problem, because this is a real problem for us. People are so obsessed with becoming famous that they're doing crazy, crazy stuff. JR.
Do we really care? What he looks like, he's dead. The only reason we need his face is if he got away, and we need to find him. He's dead. What do we need his face for? A streaker goes out on the soccer field. They don't show him running around, having fun, trying to get famous.
Yeah.
By running through a professional sport, because it's like, oh, we're not going to show that. We're not going to give him what he wants. Well, this guy's dead. What do we need to see his face for?
Yeah. No, it's a good case, and I'll tell you what, Jared. The president gave the order to not show any caskets from our dead soldiers that came back from Iraq, and the press has very obediently, slavishly followed along. Yes, sir. Okay, sir. We won't even honor our heroes by even looking at them, looking at their funerals, looking at their caskets, looking at the flag draped coffins. Those are our heroes. Those are our troops, right? And so if somebody says, hey, don't show this killer's face because it serves his purpose and it encourages the next guy, it's a pretty good argument. I think that if I was the program director or the news person in charge of news at one of these news stations or news networks, I'd probably listen to that. I'd go along with it. I'm not sure I'd blame somebody else if they didn't go along with it, because I don't want to get to a situation where it's mandated. But at the same time, I mean, you're just feeding into this stuff. And by the way, imagine if this guy was a Muslim terrorist and he'd killed 9 people just like he did in Nebraska. Right now, the country would be on fire. Muslims are coming, Muslims are coming. But he's not. He's just a normal white Christian kid in the middle of the country. So, it's just a random shooting, and people will forget about it next week. One is a worldwide jihad, and they're coming to kill you, and we got to kill them all. The other one is, don't worry about it.